Start by securing your thread to the hook and wrapping your thread to about half the length of the shank. Snip off the excess thread. To tie on some microfibet tails, pull out some extra thread and then secure it on top of the shank back to the bend of the hook so you have 2 pieces of extra thread on the back of the hook. Select 2 microfibet tails and secure them on top of the shank of the hook. Once they're secure, bring your excess 2 pieces of thread in between both the microfibet tails so that they split apart, making that nice split tail for the mayfly. Once the excess thread is secure, snip off both the thread and the microfibet pieces. A few extra security wraps will help it hold all down, and then bring your thread up to 3/4 of the way up the shank. Now select a small chunk of elk hair. The length of the hair is roughly the length of the shank of the hook. Once we get that discovered, we secure down the elk hair right at that 3/4 mark. Secure down all the excess elk hair so that we have a nice tight piece of elk hair secured to the top of the shank of the hook. Once it's all secure, take your thread back to the bend of the hook. Once it's there, apply a little bit of dubbing to your thread. Also keep in mind that the Comparadun can mimic an array of mayfly patterns. So in this case we're using an olive to make a batis. But if we had a mahogany dun or a PMD in mind, simply by changing the color of the thread, we change the fly completely. Once we have our thread all dubbed up, begin to wrap up the shank of the hook to the wing of the Comparadun. Once we're there, take your thread in front of the wing, holding the wing up, and then wrapping your thread back toward the wing. What we're trying to do here is put enough pressure on the wing to make it stand upright. We want our wing to create a half moon on top of the shank of the hook. Add a little more dubbing to your thread, and then start wrapping your dubbing around the hook in front of the wing case. First right behind the eye and then back to the wing. Ultimately, what we're trying to accomplish is that nice wing flare that the Comparadun is known for. And once the wing is in place and you've got your body built up, bring your thread just behind the eye and whip finish. Once your thread is secure, snip it off and you have yourself a Comparadun.